Good evening and welcome to Modern Spiritualists Live. Now, depending on where you are, like I just got done watching it, we have an eclipse going on. Everyone's
We
losing
do,
their bonkers.
and I can't even see it because the weather's so bad here.
Oh, well, I haven't noticed anybody missing. Have you?
Well, not yet. There's still time for the aliens to come.
There's still time for the aliens to come. There's still time for everything else to come. Hello, Miss Brenda. I see that you survived the eclipse.
Hi,
Now, I saw
Brenda.
another one that said that human sacrifices were going to start occurring because of the eclipse. If that's the case, where do we get the tickets to it? And who's got the vending for the popcorn? We'd gladly do readings during it.
Yeah. I've had a few batty ones today.
Oh, I've had them all week. I got
Have you
phoned last night for telling someone she's moving.
See?
Yeah, So let's take a detour there for a moment. Don't come into a reading with me if you don't want the truth. I'm not going to like sugarcoat and go, everything's going to be fine. No. And you'll see that on my feedback. I didn't like my reading. Then change your life.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm a great believer in you know within the first 2 minutes if you feel connected to a reader.
Right.
And I find a lot of clients, because you don't tell them what they want to hear, then they leave bad feedback.
Right. She came back twice to finish her reading. And then left bad feedback. And I'm like, excuse me? You don't like your future. Guess what you can do? You can make changes to it.
Yeah. They do make me so goddamn angry.
You're right.
And I agree, Brenda. And I'm one of these. I won't pussyfoot around.
Right.
If I've got something to say, I say it.
Well,
I won't use big words because there's no point.
Mm-mm.
You've got to be straight talking for people to understand what you're saying.
Exactly. And you got to get focused, and you got to understand that, like, you come to a reading with me or you come to a reading with any ethical reader, we're going to tell you point blank what's going to go on, where it's going to happen. Don't ask me a question if you don't want the answer.
Do you know what? I was really annoyed today, and perhaps I shouldn't have been. A lady come to me, her daughter was 4 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanted to know why our daughter was so frustrated. So I said, well, does she mix with other children? No, she stays at home with me all the time. Have you enrolled her? Have you enrolled her in school? No, because I'm not ready.
You're not ready, but your child is.
That's what I said. I said, your daughter needs children interaction.
Right.
She needs to be with other people rather than being stuck at home where she does the same thing day in, day out.
Over and over and over.
The thing is, we are not just readers. We are, how can I put this? We are like counselors in a way.
We can. We can do life coaching. We don't do counseling because we're not licensed counselors. We do life coaching. But at the same time, especially during the eclipse, because the eclipse is causing a lot of changes. A lot of changes for people, a lot of changes in energy. Does that mean you rush for a reading? Well, only if you need one and only if you want to know what's going on.
Yeah. But if you're anxious, I don't see any point in having a reading.
Right.
Because
or
people
if you don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah. And some people don't understand while they're anxious, they do affect the readings.
Well, they do affect the readings, but it's able to walk around that. That's that fear level energy.
Yeah.
You have to cross focus and walk through it.
And breathe.
And breathe and go, calm down, take 3 breaths for me. Like, people don't like it when they come in there and they're all over the place, and I'm like, calm down, take 3
Yeah.
minutes for me before you send me another message.
Yeah.
They're like, that's wasting time, and it's like, no, I need to get past whatever this bullcrap you brought to my table.
Yeah.
So I can get in here and work. Because, we do connect to the energy field. We do interlink with the energy field. We do, I don't know, I do. Let me rephrase that. I do. Especially if it's a clairvoyant reading. I go all out. I go deep into your, I pull up your life chart, and we start looking at things. And they're not pretty things. They're not always, oh, you're going to meet the love of your life, and he's going to sweep you off your feet, and you don't even have to leave your couch to meet him. He's just going to walk up to the door and say, hello, my name is Mr. Wright, and I'm going to marry you on Tuesday. Can you please attend? It don't work that way.
No. It's like, I'm looking for a new job. When will I get one? Have you applied for any? No. Well, there's your answer.
Exactly. When you take action, and you can use the energy of this eclipse to take action.
Oh. So Brenda, do you feel the energies from the eclipse? I know it takes Brenda a while to catch up, don't it?
It's about 30 seconds to a minute delay.
Yeah.
But no, this is a great time for personal breakthroughs.
I tell you what, since the eclipse energies have been around, I've been back to my diamond art.
Mm-hmm.
And I give that up for a long time.
Right.
And I've made that for Parker's bedroom.
Oh, that's cute.
So I'm going to put it in a frame so they can hang it on his wall.
Nice.
So
very nice.
Just gives me something to do and gives me a focus at the same time.
Exactly. Focus has been a big thing here lately for me, and getting back in focus and taking steps to get in focus, and covering, like, blocking my time out and getting creative. I'm working on a few creative projects right now.
And I think that's when, I don't know how you feel, but when I'm concentrating on something like that, I just zone out and go into my own little world.
Right. Yeah, they don't. And they disappear out. People go into their own little world, and they don't really want to get into things. They don't want to do things. And this energy right now, it's like a lot of people should be capturing it, using it as a slingshot. Let's say, I don't know, give me a goal. The people that a lot of your clients have been working on.
It's been more about money focused at the moment.
Well, money focus. Money's easy. How do you slingshot this eclipse energy? Well, you take the energy of the eclipse and you sit down and you write out all the things you want.
Yeah.
And get specific.
I've said now is the time for manifestation, but to be really straight to the point. Right. Describe what you want. It's no good saying I want a car, because you'll have a bleeding toy car.
Right. And that's nice. But exactly. Or you'll get a car without an engine. Or without a radio. Or without brakes. The common things that people mess up in manifesting is they don't get into detail. Because you have to feel it, you have to taste it, you have to smell it. What's the car smell like? What's it feel like to drive? You know.
And that's what's important is descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
But I also say as well, don't be too greedy and ask for too much.
Well, I don't like that because that starts that scarcity thought.
See, I think if you're going for many items, there are
Mm-hmm.
loads and loads of money.
Right.
I feel you're setting yourself up to fail because you won't be given all them items.
Right. Start with something simple. You know, attract something simple, comfortable, and then work your way through it. And take today and just this is quick and easy exercise. Write down 10 things you want in 6 months.
Oh, Brenda, I do love you. Brenda, he's typing out a nasty message to what?
No, actually, what I'm doing is I'm doing some social media. There we go. Sorry, guys. Our social media program's being a little ick, so I'm having to again. Hello, Mercury. May I slap you in the fucking face today?
Do you know what? I'm not even thinking about that part of things.
Uh-huh.
Because you know what happens when it's that time with me?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just a normal day. Normally costs me a lot of money.
Right. Today's also a good day to release intense emotions you've been holding on to. Old relationships that are dead. You're carrying them around in your purse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a client earlier ask me for a past reading.
Mm-hmm.
I don't work with past lives.
Right.
Something I've never done, something I got no... You know how I feel about that.
Right.
And when I said I don't do them, I had a really snotty text back with, why not? We've all got a past life. I put, simple. I don't do past lives because there's nothing we can change about them.
Well, exactly. And this is what I don't get, because I do deal in them.
I did send them your way.
Thank you. They're probably waiting in my box. They can wait till I get there. Mondays are very busy for me. But here's the thing with this, and this is the thing in general. In general, you got to get kind of relaxed with it. You got to get focused. But past lives are kind of like looking at your second grade. Unless there's something traumatic there. Yeah. And I'm talking super freaking like overwhelming energy of traumaticism. They have no effect.
No.
Being in Miss Sawyer's second grade class really doesn't help you.
No.
Knowing that you are a French farmer in the 1340s doesn't help you.
No.
Understanding.
I always say you can't change the past, but you can dictate your own future.
Exactly. The only place that it helps you is, let's say you have an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we start looking at your past lives. And we see a repetitive pattern of you passing away from starvation, poisoning.
Yeah.
Okay. We see a repetitive pattern of you continuing to have problems with food.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that says, hold up. One, you need to be working with a counselor in this life.
Yeah.
Then two, let's work on removing that cell memory, releasing that cell memory that food is, and doing that with affirmation, doing that with plans of action. in leagues with therapy, yes, it helps. But at least you understand that pattern there. That is the only position in the past lives, other than normal curiosity, help. Okay? Knowing that you were a dungeon master in the 1400s really ain't going to do you much good nowadays. Like, that skill's not that useful.
Unless you're into bondage, then that's a different thing.
Well, that's a possibility, but still.
The thing is, past lives are past lives.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they are. The name is on the tag. Past lives. Leave them there.
Right. And again, the only where they're useful is if we've got cell memory that you're carrying around. I joke with my husband. He's had 2 neck fusions before his 40th birthday. I told him he was a horse thief in multiple lives. I love it, Shannon. And I pick at him. I call him the damn horse thief all the time. Because that's what we're talking about with cell memory.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not like 1 or 2 lives. It takes multiple lives of things occurring.
Yeah.
Now, I want to, since we're not really talking about that, but we're going to sideline to this tangent. How many Queen Elizabeths do you know? How many Egyptian princesses do you know?
Yeah.
How many billionaires do you know, or royalty do you know on these past lives? I've been reading past lives for at least 10 years. And how people come to me and they go, oh, I had a past life regression, and I was the Queen of Egypt during the 3rd dynasty. That's why I'm into fashion and beauty. I will put my hand over my head and go, Goddess, please. Goddess, please slap this person that's doing this. Because I don't know who's out there doing these past lives. But I will promise you, if you've reached an apex of acknowledgement, like the only one that keeps coming down here, and I think it's part of his soul chart, part of his thing, is the Buddha. He's the only ascended master level energy that keeps returning to this earth.
And that's why I won't do them, because I've got no interest in them.
Right.
So I know if I've got no interest in them, my client isn't going to get the best of my ability.
Exactly. It's not a skill set.
So I'd rather be upfront and say, I don't work with them.
Right. Well, it's like mediumship. I don't do mediumship online. If you want mediumship, you're going to have to find out. I can't tell you where to find it, but you're going to have to go to someone else that's a medium.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do I know how to do it? Yes. Am I proficient at it? Yes. Can I pass my boards? Yes. Am I going to do it by the minute? No. It's like I don't do general readings. I hate people that come in and say general reading.
I always say I don't do general readings. I need a specific question to start off with. And then whatever you're supposed to know will follow.
Right. But I don't do general readings. Here's why. My general readings are 45 minutes minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. On Keen right now, I am $6.99 a minute. Do some math, people.
Yeah. And the thing is, even with the general reading, you might not get the answer question,
you're not.
The answer you're looking for the question you want to ask.
Right.
Hi, Shannon.
If you're going to drop $315, I'll do a general reading, but you better be ready. You better have it in your account you're with me at. You have 45 minutes there, because we're going to go card by card.
Yeah.
And then you're going to ask questions. And I'm not going to take any questions until I finish all 14 cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's not a fast dance. It's a very slow process, because you're making me work from the hedges in.
Yeah. And you've got, because they haven't given you a specific question, you've got to work through to see if that answer comes to you. And it's not your fault if it don't, because like myself, we work with direct questions, which gives the answers that they want.
Right.
Oh, Shannon, you had a tough day.
Shannon, we agree. People need to chill today. They need to chill for the next 6 months. You need to figure out what you want to do with this. But no, it's a great place to make changes, especially since this is an Aries sign. And it packs that extra punch because we've got other things aligning there. I know astrology ain't your gig, but Venus is going to be dancing right into this moon pattern. So here comes money and love with suitcases.
Okay. I think I'll be using this quote a lot this month.
You're going to have to read it, honey.
Would you like some sugar in your cup of shut the fuck up?
Right.
That quote is going to definitely be used a lot this month.
Oh, yeah. You know, that quote's going to be used a lot. And, you know, that quote's going to be one of those that you're going to have to put in front of you.
Yeah. It's right there on my wall.
And what I say by that is people are going to be doing it. People, you know, exes, honey, they're going to be swimming around. If you're still packing their energy calling card with you, they're going to be hopping back up. Oh, I miss you. I love you. I want you. Go the fuck on.
My ex is 6 foot under, so I'm safe.
No, you're not. You're a medium.
I'm safe. Those energies are blocked.
Okay. You've already told Kathy, do not accept that call. If Shannon worked face to face, she need bail money. Well, honey, we do have a trust fund available if we need one.
We can set up a GoFundMe.
Exactly.
And I'll get special visitation rights.
Right.
And this is why I love this podcast. Because it is all inclusive.
Right. You know, you can call me. You can reach me over at Keen, 1-800-ASK-KEEN. And my extension is 41. Give me a dang minute. I used to have it memorized, and then they changed it on me because I went to a 4-digit extension. Uh, 01446. Feel free to pick the phone up and give me a call. We will gladly discuss why your ex is showing back up. Hi, Dover. Hiya, honeys.
Sorry, any of my exes tried to pop back up. And I'm not getting blamed for whacking them in the head like a live version of Whack Them All. Hi, Devin.
No, but apparently there's been a few that's been able to do inmate calling.
Oh.
So, yeah, like I've gotten inmate calls before. I don't know how they do it, but they're able to.
And breathe.
Yes, take a deep breath, 3 breaths in, and rock it through.
Oh, my God. Right, let's move on from the exes part. Because I think everybody's getting a bit...
Let's talk about money right now. How much money do you want in your bank account?
More than I got at the moment. So I'm going to manifest that tonight.
Yes. You're going to
Devin,
write
I don't know if you can scroll back up the comments, Devin, but if you can, just have a quick read. You'll understand why we were laughing when you come in.
Right.
It's one of them shows this week, and I can't be blamed for it.
Well, no, it's my fault. I take all the blame, and if anyone wants to have something to say to me, they can come talk to me because I'm in a mood. I'm in a big mood. Anyhow. All right. So we're talking about the eclipse and what you're going to do. Let me grab my checkbook.
Do you know we don't have checks over here no more?
Do what?
No.
Do you have bank drafts?
No.
Do you have deposit slips?
Everything is done internet banking.
All right. So I got to grab a marker real fast and fix something because I ain't that stupid.
I'm coming to visit you when they lock you up for playing Whack the Mole, Shannon.
Yep. No, that ain't helping.
Shannon, do you want to see what I made the baby? Because my brain have been all over the place with this eclipse. I've dropped it on the floor, so bear with me. I go back into my diamond art, or where are we there? So that's for Parker Bear's wall.
All right. So you're going to take your checkbook and you're going to write yourself a check. You're going to be damn exact about this amount of money you want to appear in your bank account. You don't care how it gets there in 6 months.
Well, I'm going to have to write it on my notepad and then fold that up and put it in an envelope.
You're going to write out a check. If you do not have a check, let me go and grab
Oh, Brenda, it'd be a party, not a visitation. Could you imagine?
All right, I'm going to put this onto my social. Can I share this? I think I can. Give me a minute to close some stuff down.
That's okay.
We'll talk us through this. All right, this is even safer. You had a better idea than I am. All right, you can Google this. This is the universal bank check.
Right.
All right, so you're going to write out pay, and you're going to put your name here.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to write the amount of money that you want in your account in 6 months. In the order of fill all this out, and you're going to sign this check.
Yeah.
I want you to take and put this in your wallet.
Right.
In your purse. You're going to carry it around until you can cash that check.
Right. Let me write that down.
Now, does this work? Yes, we have evidence of this working. Here is the link for everyone. It's going into the comments. It is from Secret TV. We're not affiliated with the Secret TV, but I like their stuff. So there's your tool. Okay.
I'm just going to copy and paste that. Copy. There we go.
And you want to be exact. Don't be going for $1 million. You don't want $1 million because the universe is going to go, oh, you want that money? Cute. So this is what we're going to do. Here's a job. Here's a job. Here's a job. Take your neighbor to the grocery store. Here's $20. Here's $30. It's working cash. The universe is not just going to drop it into your bank account. It's going to create a pathway of least resistance to you. But the moment you say, no, I can't take you to the store.
Yeah.
You've broken that chain. You've literally took and stopped the water from flowing.
So what I would do is say, I would like to earn this money working for.
Right.
So that then I know that that would come through my work.
Right. But you want to define your work, because do you want to be doing a diamond painting for $300 for somebody?
No, I mean my work.
I know.
Through.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to be very specific on how you get this money, unless you're willing to take offers, unless you're willing to pick up coins off the street.
No, what I put is I would like to earn this money working online through the company of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be very specific. Don't be getting stupid, or I promise you. So I've done a thing. I've done this before. Okay. And our audience, my audience has probably heard this story, but I'm going to tell the story anyhow. I made a mistake. My hubby got smart-assed with me. He says,
believe that for a minute.
Be doing some,
I don't believe that for a minute.
Oh, he got it with me. He said, it was like end of the month, things are getting tight, networks aren't behaving, all the fun stuff. Yep. Okay. He made a comment. He says, shouldn't you, why don't you do that thing you do? And I'm like, what thing? That thing you do to make money come in. I'm like, okay. And I wasn't thinking.
Brenda, I was thinking the same.
Okay. Was not thinking. I'd already had my money lamp burning because I use an Aladdin lamp. Has been using it for years. I go in, I take my money bath. I come back in, I light my money candle. I sit down, I log in. I have pure faith that by the time the deposit is going to get took, I have all the money I need. No thought, no theory, okay? I signed in and I was on a call or a chat for 8.5 hours straight. No breaks, no downtime, no nothing. And I'm like, I got to get up from here, because this time we didn't have the app so that we could move around.
Yeah.
And I work in a wired desktop setting. With a wired phone setting. I needed to go to the bathroom and I was bitching, and he goes, wow. So yeah, that's going to hit when? I said Thursday. And this is after I get off the call and dash to the bathroom. He goes, when's that going to hit? Thursday. Okay. It was more than I asked for.
Yeah.
By 3 times. Why? Because I'd done all 3.
Yeah.
So be very specific, be very careful. Don't be doing multiple. Don't be going in there and checking the oven and going, ooh, it doesn't look good. That money doesn't look like it's coming in. I'm going to do something. I'm going to turn the heat up on the oven. Because the universe will go, oh, you want more? Delivery. And
I always think with the universe, you can't be too greedy.
See, I don't think you can be too greedy. I just think that you got to remember the universe is going to take the path of least resistance and deliver everything you want. This is why you have to be very careful in what you say, you do, and what you take in. Okay,
and that's
if you're
why
taking in junk, and what I mean by that is you're reading every news, you're on the Facey books, you're on, and you're calling us like 45 times a day. You're taking in pure junk.
And that's why I'm going to name the Pacific.
Uh-huh. Right. But, and people don't think about this. What are you listening to? What are you around? When you go and talk to people, and they're just complaining. I'm so poor. I'm so poor. I'm so poor. I'm so poor. What are you focusing on?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're thinking, oh my God, I've got so many bills to pay. I've got so many bills. The universe is going, oh, she wants more bills. She wants more bills. Let's deliver more bills.
Yeah. And I tell you one thing else as well. While you're trying for that, remember to put out there. So while you're requesting of the universe, give something back.
Mm-hmm.
I always do this every month. My local community charity shop, they do food banks and things like they do a raffle. And so I've been making them.
Right.
But I make them in a pack of 6 and then they raffle them off. Now, to some people, that don't seem a lot, but to me, and the universe will see it as I'm giving back to the community.
Exactly. Now, here's the other thing. The universe won't overfill you.
No.
So it won't give you more things if you ain't got room. And this ties into relationships too. How many people do you know that wants a relationship, but their house is full of stuff? Oh, I want my man to move in with me. Did you make room for him? Is there, does he have his closet? Do you have a closet for him and dresser drawers for him? Well, no. Then where are you going to put him?
Yeah. Yeah. See, in my bedroom, I know he's not my man, but he's my little man. I've got a chest of drawers for Parker.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep all his spare clothes in there.
Right.
And I keep everything that's connecting to him.
Right.
Because I want him to stay in my house.
Right.
So I have to make that room for that to happen.
Exactly. You have to make room for these things.
Yeah.
Now, if you're holding on to crap you ain't touched in 6 months, out the door with it.
Yeah.
Get rid of the clutter. Why? Because you know what breeds in that clutter? Negative energy hides underneath there. And when I say negative energy, depression, anxiety, stress, financial difficulties. You want to know why you keep having problems out of your car? Look at your car. It's got a dumpster fire in it.
Yeah. And don't forget, I don't know if you have it over there, but there's many internet websites that you can sell your junk on as well.
Yeah, we do. We have Marquee. There's a few other ones out there. Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Sell it. Get rid of it. If you don't use it, you don't enjoy it. And let's get on to this. What are you doing with your ex's crap in your house? Get it out.
I'll tell you a story now. That was the first thing I done. In our town, we have a lot of homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
My wedding, my engagement, and my eternity ring cost close to £2,000.
Mm-hmm.
I walked up to a homeless man in town and said, "Can you hold your hand out?" I placed my rings in his hand and I said, "I'm giving you these to go on pawn and enjoy yourself."
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Because I didn't want nothing back from them. All they had brought me was heartache.
Exactly. My last divorce, I had a house cleaning party. 2 of my best friends came by. We bagged that stuff up and took it to Goodwill.
Yeah.
There was nothing left of that being in this house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I scrubbed the house.
Yeah. The only thing I've got left in the house, and it's for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were together for 15 years, so she was a big part of the kids' lives, is a few photos of the 3 of them together.
Right.
But they are not in my room.
Right.
They're in a photo album in the bottom of the cupboard.
Right.
And that's where they're going to stay until they ask for them.
Right. All right, let's take on this topic. And this is a great day for this one. Spiritual cleansing. Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
The problem is people think, oh, I just saged my house. Yeah. Did you clean it first? Did you open the windows up and get fresh air in there? Well, no, I just burned sage. Rebecca, point blank, Becky, just because you got sage at 5 below, if you don't do the cleaning, you ain't getting anything out of there.
I agree with that totally.
Okay, ghosts in my house. I get calls about this all the time. Okay, ghosts in my house. Really? So, have you taught them to do dishes? No.
Do you know, I had a lady last week who said, and I was like, please don't use it. She lost her mum about 14 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, please don't use these apps. She was that desperate to hear from her that she had brought all her stuff back in from the garage.
Okay.
And she had downloaded Spirit Talker on her phone and another app. And I said, right. She went, I'm going to use them to communicate with my mother. I said, please don't. I said, they are scams. I said, because they'll say to you, I'm here waiting to communicate with you. I said, and then they'll expect you to pay. I said, if your mother is around in your house, I said, she'll let you know she's there.
Yeah.
And she went, right. I said, but the one thing you need to do is take all mum's stuff back out the garage.
Right.
And she was like, why? I said, because you've brought negative energy back into the house now.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and mum didn't like clutter and a mess. I said, so you're going to make her angry, which will mean she's not going to communicate with you.
Right.
So there's all different things around keeping clutter.
Yeah. Like negative energy, frustration, built up emotions, all that will create pigpen energy. Now, this is what a reflection on her would be. Get that house the way you want it, because I'm assuming this is mom's house that she now lives in.
Yeah.
Change that house. Make it your home. Mom doesn't give a damn.
No.
Okay.
Well, the way I worded it was, Mum would want you to make that house your home. Mum knew the house needed updating. She didn't do anything to that house because she knew you would.
Right. And I don't, spirit taught, like, the only one that I met, paranormal investigation equipment I like is the ghost box. And here's why.
Yeah.
And that is a piece of equipment. It is not an app.
And that is an expensive bit of equipment as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, Professor Google. Ghost box, the original ghost box, you're looking at about 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's an expensive equipment. You don't need it unless you're a professional. What I, however, would recommend doing is stopping. Write mom a letter.
Yeah.
And then look for signs.
She's done all the letter. And she said, but I can't feel her around me. I said, you won't feel her around you. You'll see signs that she's around you.
Right.
And she said, well, what do I look for? It was like smells of her perfume, things that she used to do while the radio was on. I said, if the song comes on the radio that Mum liked, I said, then you'll feel her around you because she'll be dancing.
Right.
And she was like, oh, I didn't think that's the way spirit worked with energies.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, you will see them, but in different signs, different ways.
Right. It's like my father. He haunted this house for a number of years. He's now moved in with my sister. I sent him to go live with her. But it was my birthday. I never see cardinals in my yard. I have doves, sparrows. Morning of my birthday, the boys go out, and send me back pictures. There's 2 cardinals setting up over in my lilac bush. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Dad actually remembered it was my birthday. Miracle. He couldn't remember it when he was living. He remembered it when he was dead.
Yeah.
You take that and you just run with it and you let it be that way.
Yeah.
They will find ways to communicate. About 3 years after, and it takes them a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I lost one of my mum's earrings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when somebody passes, you give them envelopes of stuff to keep safe.
Right.
And when I had Parker Thursday night, now you know what time I went to bed Thursday night.
Right.
I goes up to bed. By the side of Parker's cot, there was the earring.
Wonder if Mom stopped in to check out the great grandson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had hoovered that room that day because I hoover my bedroom whenever I know little man is going to stay.
Right.
But it wasn't there in the day.
Mm-hmm. Now, we know for a fact that during the show, he got all squirmy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You tell me she hadn't seen her grandbaby.
Yeah. And that's something he never does.
Right.
But his feet were kicking in the air, he was wriggling.
Uh-huh.
That is enough evidence to me to say that she came and visited him.
Exactly. As any great grandma would.
Yeah.
But please, 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 if you want to contact your crossover loved ones, 1, wait 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Preferably a year. That way they figure out all the bells and whistles. 2, go to a trained medium. Not an untrained medium, not someone that says they're a psychic medium. Go to a trained medium that has met a standard.
Yeah.
That is either on a network, and that's all they do is mediumship work, or go through the British, what is it? What's your church over there that certifies?
Do you know, I can't remember, for the love of God.
Spiritualist something another.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the other way to connect with a medium online is they'll ask you for your name and date of birth, and I always ask for the person who they want to connect with specifically.
Right.
When I'm connected, I will always give 3 clues.
Right.
One can be, I can see that they baked, they like their shoes, they had their hair done every 3 weeks. If those 3 things they can't recognize, I will not read for them.
Do you want to do a trial? Like show them?
To. Yeah.
Okay. You know my name. 327-71.
Yeah.
I want to talk specifically to Daisy.
Daisy's date of birth and the date that she passed.
Give me a minute. I have to pull that up. I know the date she passed was 3/22/79. May of 1915.
She was a character. If you crossed her, you knew you had an enemy for life.
Yep.
Bread. I could smell bread around her.
Yep.
Very elegant looking.
Yep.
Very, I'm not going to say prim and proper, but I'm going to say well spoken.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. The only time she wasn't was when you pissed her off. When she
Agreed.
lost her temper, everybody else would run.
Yep.
She wore the trousers.
Yes.
The other person in the house liked to think they were boss, but they weren't.
Multiples weren't.
She loved animals.
Yep.
Nobody went hungry when she was around.
Nope.
She
Nobody went hungry.
She always had something ready to give. You wouldn't just go to her house and have a cup of tea on her best china. You would eat off her best china when you were there, because she'd make sure that you were well fed.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. She wasn't happy with her parents. There was something that went on that she didn't agree with.
I would agree.
I'm not going to go into anything any deeper because...
Right. I just have a single question.
Go on.
Should I write?
Yes.
Okay.
Even though you're unsure.
Yeah.
Sorry? Even though you're unsure because you don't know if you'll get a backlash or not.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, because then you know you've done what you were meant to do. You're the better person.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. That's the way a mediumship reading should be.
And guys, just to make you aware, I wasn't typing anything. I was writing down our details.
Yeah.
You could see I wrote universal check earlier. Oh, where are we there? So that's there. And that's the way I do my mediumship. The dots are when I'm connected to Kathy. She's telling me things, and that's where I'm
noting down.
Yeah. Just for you to see it was a genuine thing. I was looking at my paper.
Right. Like it wasn't scripted.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Right.
And I wouldn't have known any of that for the simple reason I didn't even know you had somebody in your family called Daisy.
Right. Okay. So here's the backstory you did not have a clue with.
Go on.
All right. So my grandmother was a Romanian gypsy. Her mother and father came out of Romania when the slaves were free. She met my grandfather and had talked with my grandfather, thought he was a loot, but that marriage was an arranged marriage. He actually won her in a poker game.
Right.
She had multiple husbands afterwards, but she was always the boss.
Yeah.
And then with all that, baking food, yeah, she raised 8 kids.
Yeah.
And
she liked red shoes as well.
She liked shoes, but not
red. Right. Because red shoes were being shown to me as well.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do tomorrow, if you want me to, if I get time, I'm going to do a full one. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not tomorrow, it will be this week.
Right.
Here we are. I've written it on the pad.
Okay. But no, that's what a mediumship reading should look like. I don't know what is going on, what is being said with people.
Yeah.
I've had to do psychic cleanup on them.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is people come to me and go, my grandmother is so mad that we sold her house. How could we have sold her house? Oh my God, I feel so guilty. She doesn't give a damn.
Yeah. Yeah. And the one thing to believe, guys, if I had had anything wrong, I would have been told that.
Yeah.
You know, It wasn't something we'd set up.
No.
This show was supposed to be about the eclipse and the energies, but that was to show you, if you go to a genuine medium, they'll ask those details. Those details are important to bring the right person through. Then they should give you the option of being connected or not.
Right. And they should also give you evidence. That is a different style. And my point is, it's a different style of reading.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a different style of connecting. It's a different style of information.
Yeah.
That has to be done and has to be used. With that, you know, you have to basically resort stuff. You have to talk about stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I like to work blind. That's why I add just the name and the date of birth of passing and being born.
Right.
For the simple reason, I believe, this is going to sound so strange, I believe in working blind, doing a mediumship reading gives more evidence.
It does. It does give more evidence. But, you know, Mary could have shown up. And if you started talking about whatnots, I'm like, no, that's my aunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
why
because that's, you know, other people could show up and they're going to give you different tools.
Yeah. That's why I specifically ask for the person who you want to connect with. Because sometimes they don't want to come through.
Right. Sometimes
and that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. And that's fine. That's understandable. Sometimes we are too busy to pick up the phone, so why should they be free constantly?
Exactly. So when are you over at Fortunica?
I'm on Fortunica every day between 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. If I'm really busy, I do stay later.
Right. All right. And I'm over on Keen. I'm on Zodiac. I'm on Modern Spiritualists, which you can book appointments with me at. And I'm on Zodiac. Right now, I'm doing 9 a.m. EST to about 2 p.m. EST. My schedule is posted for you guys to see when I'm on and how you can connect with me on all my platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look down the bottom, there's links to get in contact with each of us.
And we always get back to you. Yeah. Always get back. Not an issue at all.
Correct. Now, Fortunica is an app, so you'll have to go and download the app and then find Hazel.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. It will be an interesting episode for sure. Until then, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.